Boxing has always appealed to millions based on the promise of entertainment, drama and brutal knockouts. The big finishes, the classic combos, the strength and skill can drop even the greatest onto the canvas. But when that final bell rings with no knockout, who wins? Scoring can be complex, which can drive a lot of controversy and debate, so let's take it back to basics. Thanks for joining me today, Phil. 16 years I've been boxing and it still causes discussions about how to score a fight. Can you just simplify it?
The way the scoring is done is on a round-by-round basis. So each round, in effect, is a contest in its own right. What we do is score the rounds using a 10-point must system, which means that the boxer winning the round will receive 10 points. Normally, the loser will receive 9 points. There are instances where a round can be scored 10-8, and that's usually where there's a knockdown. If a boxer scores 2 knockdowns and wins the round, that would normally be 10-7. If a boxer scores a knockdown, but the opponent dominates the rest of the round, then a judge may decide to score 10-9. But also, boxer A could score a knockdown, boxer B could then score a knockdown. In that situation, in effect, the knockdowns rule each other out. It is also possible to have a 10-8 round where there's no knockdowns. If one boxer totally dominates the round, there may be instances where, really you can't split the boxers, and you would go even in those circumstances, but that tends to be unusual.
And how do you go about giving deductions?
Deductions normally arise where the referee has warned a boxer several times for repeated infringements. But there can be instances where a one-off foul is sufficiently serious that the referee immediately takes a point off.
Who actually scores the fights?
Well, the majority of contests in this country are scored purely by the referee. But major championship would have 3 scoring judges.
What in effect are the judges looking for?
Clean scoring punches. By a scoring punch, I'm talking about a punch that lands with the knuckle part of the glove on the target area, which is basically the front and the side of the head, and the torso, front and side of the torso, down to a line across the top of the hip bones. The judge or the scoring referee will look at the number of punches that are landing during the round by each boxer. Cleanness, the quality of the punches are what give one boxer the edge. Also, which boxer is taking the initiative, if you like, being effectively aggressive, but also which boxer is defending well and is imposing his or her will on the opponent, making the opponent fight his or her fight.
So at the end of the fight, there's, it's gone the distance. What are the scoring possibilities? What are the outcomes? What can it be?
If it's the referee only scoring, then the referee could score a points decision for one or other boxer, could score a draw. If there are 3 scoring judges involved, then one boxer could win by a unanimous decision or could win by a split decision. You could also have draw decision. You could also have a majority decision.
Does every boxing board around the world have the same exact standardised scoring system as ours?
The general scoring system is pretty much uniform. There are slight differences between different countries and regulatory bodies, but essentially it is basically the same, but with some small differences.
Phil, I appreciate you joining us and clearing that up. Thanks.
My pleasure.